Dan Sousa here with Viva Loudoun Live. And we had a couple technical difficulties earlier tonight. We're trying to get our volume working. Hopefully it is working for you at home. If not, you might want to turn your volume up a little bit. We'll try to talk loud here to get things going. April 22nd, 2013. Obviously, in the last week, a lot in the news with what happened in Boston, and our prayers and our thoughts go out to all those affected with what happened, and also want to mention what happened in West Texas as well. So it was a trying week, and I think if you're last week we had trouble getting our show up, but one of the things I talked about last week that I just wanted to mention to people was that a lot of times we put sports in a very high place, and we talk about sports in terms of life or death, throw these terms around. We talk about sports in the terms of we're going to go to battle and it's war, and there's a lot of talk like that, and of course I think that's just talk, and that we have to realize that athletics, as great as it is not life and death, and that we just put everything in perspective. I know it does for me. And last week was one of those times that you appreciate your family and you appreciate your community. And again, I have relatives in the Boston area. My father was born in Peabody, Massachusetts, suburbs of Boston, near Salem, and most of his family is still there. So our thoughts are with everybody in Boston this week. We want to thank our sponsors for Viva Loudoun Live, Cheer Sports. They're in Ashburn off of Route 7, just outside of Ashburn Village. Thank them. Tell them that you appreciate that they support our coverage of athletics and news and education. All the great things are going on in here in Loudoun. And for the springtime, we have some special sponsors. We have Replay Sports and Training, and Replay takes care of our baseball and softball coverage. So we want to thank them. Without the generous support of these sponsors, we're not going to be able to give you our coverage. So that's what's going on. We're here at the worldwide headquarters in Ashburn, Virginia. I'm trying to talk a little bit loud to make sure that not only do I wake my family up upstairs, but also to go ahead and make sure that you can hear it at home. And we'll find out. You can also, if you're on Twitter right now, you can give us a shout out. If you go to our Viva Loudoun Twitter page, go ahead and do hashtag AskViva, AskViva. And if we ask your question on the air right now, we will give you a free Viva Loudoun t-shirt. One of a kind. Cheer Sports folks made those up. So I am, since we're recording live right now, I'm going to put a message on right now onto Twitter, and we have over 5,000 people following us on Twitter. We try to give you a lot of scores, the news, the information, everything that's going on in the county. Beginning of the week, most important time of the week, we do our Loco Top 5, and there's a lot of, this is one of those things that people get really worked up about. Let's face it, this is all for fun. We have 13 high schools, public high schools here in Loudoun. We do our best to try to rank them. Let's go through them and see what we got here this week. Girls tennis, Loco Top 5. Stonebridge, 9-3 up at top, doing well in the Liberty District this year. Briar Woods at 8-3 in the Dulles District, with Tuscarora 11-1 and Dominion 10-1. So we have 3 Dulles District teams right there. And then Freedom to me is really the surprise team. I did not see coming into the season that they would be able to have this type of season. 13-1. So congratulations to the Eagles. Looks like they're going to be the #1 seed in the Cedar Run District. And on the bubble, we have Woodgrove, so good last year at 9-3. Loudoun County, always good in girls tennis, 7-4, and Broad Run again. Great season last year. Broad Run, I believe they were unbeaten in the regular season. They were 8-4. So that's our latest rankings for girls tennis. Over on the boys tennis side, we have Loudoun County. How about this? Look at our 1-2-3. Loudoun County 11-0, Briarwoods 11-0, Dominion 10-1, and I believe that those three teams have not faced each other in Dulles District yet, or Dominion perhaps has, but I mean we got three teams 11-0, 11-0, 10-1. So any of those three teams can capture the Dulles District regular season title at this point. Tuscarora at 9-3, and then Broad Run at 9-3. On the bubble, Freedom 6-7, but Freedom, keep in mind, we'll put a double asterisk next to their 6-7. They've challenged themselves with a really hard non-district schedule, and so one of the things that makes our ratings tough is that we will have teams. I can think of sort of Dominion Boys Lacrosse, Broad Run Girls Soccer. There's certain teams that really in their non-district have challenged themselves, have really beefed up their schedules, and it doesn't always pay off in wins, but come postseason time, it could pay off for them. Girls soccer. And actually, before we get to girls soccer, I think we should talk about all the great photos that we have up on our website. If you go to Viva Loudoun and click the photo button, we've got anywhere between 10 and 20 freelance photographers, depending on the season, who go out. We don't have any staff photographers. We have freelance photographers who go out and shoot the events, and you can check all their photos out. So go to Viva Loudoun, click the photo button. You'll see, I believe we're up to at least 20,000 photos now. We have all the sports covered. So let's take a look at girls soccer. Stonebridge, unbeaten right now, 7-0-2. And Tuscarora, who our surprise team, 7-0-1, and Loudoun County 6-0-2. So we have three teams in the county at this point in the season, as we're getting late in April, who have yet to lose. And Briarwoods at 8-1-0 has just one loss. Now, how about a surprise this week for our top five? I mentioned Broad Run Girls and their tough schedule. And with Woodgrove 6-3-1 and Dominion 6-1-1 having tied each other last week, I was waiting for the winner of that to kind of come in and firm up at the number 5 spot. But Broad Run playing well, very tough schedule. They lost in overtime to a very good Battlefield team. They pounded Patriot 5-0. They probably have had the hardest schedule, as I mentioned. 3-4-3. We're going to put them at number 5 and see how they do there. We think we're ahead of the curve on this, and that they are going to do well in the postseason. Boys soccer. All right, Husky fans, you've been waiting for this. It's time for Tuscarora to move up to the number 1 spot at 7-0-2, as Loudoun County fell last week. Broad Run 7-0-3. Now, how about Potomac Falls? Not even on our chart a week or so ago. They are at 6-2-0. They're number 3. Loudoun County drops down to 6-1-1. And Heritage 4-2-1 at the 5th spot. On the bubble, very good Briarwoods team, 6-2-1. We have Parkview 6-1-1. Parkview has yet to play some of the other top teams. So at 6-1-1, they are still on the bubble. Softball. I think I drew up another one of our softball photos here. You can see, I mean, the quality of photography that the photographers do. I mean, sometimes I'll spend 15, 20 minutes and I'll just look through the photos, because I like to see what they're doing and see how the photographers, what they're using, what settings they have, what cameras they're using, and it's just fun to see all of that. So let's look at our softball rankings right now. Stonebridge remains number 1, 11-1. Broad Run remains there at 9-3. We have Loudoun County moving up to 3rd place. They're 11-2. Woodgrove with the victory over Briarwoods last week. I believe it was 7-0 victory. They move into the number 4 spot, 9-2, and Briarwoods at 8-4. Really, out of all our sports, this is probably one of the sports where these 5 teams are kind of locked into the top 5 spots. And we get a little bit of a drop off to Loudoun Valley at the 7-5 spot. Potomac Falls, which has been very good over the years, at 6-6. They score some runs, so watch out for the Panthers. And then Tuscarora will start the season strong. They're at 6-4. Those are the other 3 teams to look at. Baseball, local top 5. Freedom remains number 1, 11-1. Jason Treon and the Eagles doing a great job. Potomac Falls, only loss in the year is to Freedom. They're at 9-1. Loudoun Valley, 10-4. Third place. Stonebridge just broke in last week to the top 5 after a tough start of the season. Now they're up to number 4 at 7-5, and Woodgrove at 6-2. On the bubble, Heritage, Briarwoods, Loudoun County, Broad Run. Next sport up is going to be girls lacrosse. And Stonebridge takes over the top spot at 8-1. They've been right behind Loudoun County, who was undefeated till last week. Loudoun County got knocked off by Tuscarora. It drops Loudoun County down to the number 5 spot. Tuscarora moves up to 4th. With Loudoun County having lost, Woodgrove then moves up to 2nd at 8-1. Loudoun Valley at 6-2 is 3rd. And how about this? I believe if I look at the schedule properly, Woodgrove is at Stonebridge on Friday. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I think that's Friday night. So what a great game. That's one of our games of the week. And as a matter of fact, I should mention that we have games of the week for Viva Loudoun that we're voting on. If you've seen some of our video interns coverage that they've got out, Tyler Bailey and Josh Holton, our 2 video interns, have been going out and shooting all of the different sports. We had some lacrosse, we've had softball, we've had soccer. So what we thought we'd do is, why not have a game of the week poll in which you, the fan, can vote. And when we'll send Josh, and Josh is playing soccer right now too for Heritage, so it's always tough for him to get out sometimes, but Tyler definitely. We'll send them out, both of them if they're available, but they'll go out, they'll videotape your game, they'll do this highlight package. They do a really great job. They do some amazing things. So our games this week that you can vote on are baseball. This is all games that are going to take place on Friday, April 26th. We've got baseball, Battlefield at Freedom, boys lacrosse, Loudoun Valley at Dominion. It's a nice matchup. And that baseball matchup we mentioned, Battlefield Freedom, is for Tops and Cedar Run. Boys soccer, Potomac Falls at Briarwoods. So we see the Panthers continuing to prove themselves. Girls lacrosse, Woodgrove at Stonebridge. So it is on Friday. Girls soccer, Loudoun Valley at Woodgrove. This is one of those Percival grudge matches, the Battle of the Ville. And softball, throw a little wild card in there. Softball, Parkview at Tuscarora. Now, not 2 of the teams that are at the top, but I thought it would be fun to give some exposure to some of the girls, Parkview and Tuscarora, and see those teams play. So it doesn't always have to be 1 versus 2. Sometimes it's great to see teams that we don't always see. So far, we have had 248 people have voted since we put this poll up at 4 o'clock. We started a poll on Blogger around noon today. It glitched. Thank you, Google. Decided that we weren't going to go with the Blogger software for this, so we're going with Poll Daddy, which is great software. Highly recommend it. Sign up for it. You can use the free part of it to get polls. And if you want to do surveys, you get a certain amount and you can pay for it. So we're using Poll Daddy. We've embedded it in a story on our homepage at Viva Loudoun. If you go to our Facebook, so just go to facebook.com/VivaLoudoun, you can find a link to it there. And right now, pretty impressive. It is so tight. It is boys soccer, Potomac Falls and Briarwoods, 101 votes. Boys lacrosse, Loudoun Valley at Dominion, 100 votes. Baseball is a distant third, but an established third with 27 votes, Battle at Freedom. And then girls lacrosse, girls soccer, and softball have a combined 20 votes. So right now it's 2 teams that are doing it, and people are out and they're voting. So as we spoke right now, somebody just voted for boys lacrosse. It's 101-101. So we're going to keep doing this. These polls will run through Friday at 1 o'clock, and then we will tell Mr. Bailey, Tyler Bailey. He's a Briarwood student, also does work over at the video center at, I believe it's at Douglas, where they have the tech equipment. Does a fantastic job. We will tell him where he's going to go. So we've done softball, baseball. girls lacrosse. And you see that we talked about Loudoun County losing, and so let's move on over to boys lacrosse. Loudoun County remains unbeaten, and you know, if I go back and look at all these teams, so really let's look at teams that with no losses and no ties currently in the county. We're talking in tennis, Loudoun County and Briarwoods, boys. Girls soccer, there's no unbeaten and untied. Same for boys soccer. Same with softball. Same with baseball. So really, let's get back to Loudoun County boys. Congratulations, Raiders. You are one of only 3 teams, and 2 of them were with Loudoun County, that are unbeaten and untied. Loudoun County 9-0. Boys lacrosse. Stonebridge is a strong second, 8-1. Then it's a mess, honestly. We jumped Dominion. We're not even in the top 5 last week. We bumped them into the top 5 this week at 6-4. Because we had Dominion, we had Briarwoods getting big victories this week. We had Woodgrove, and we had Loudoun Valley losing this week. So Woodgrove drops down to 4th at 5-4. Loudoun Valley is ranked really high in lacrossepower.com, but we just decided that, you know, Freedom at 7-4, having a good season, they deserve to have a chance at that number 5 spot, which then puts Briarwoods, Loudoun Valley, a very good broad run team, and Potomac Falls, which is beat Briarwoods last week. So lacrosse is very interesting, and tonight was a big night in lacrosse. So let's see if we go on over to our Viva Loudoun page. We will see that we've got some scores that have been running in so far. Loudoun County boys over Briarwoods tonight. So Loudoun County boys remain undefeated with a 20-8. Again, they had a very nice. The county boys they doubled up on Dominion earlier this season. They more than double up on Briarwoods. The Raiders are for real. So that is Loudoun County 20 and Dominion 8. Other scores we have tonight: Heritage boys lacrosse defeats Parkview 19-0. Parkview played with class and great hustle, according to the tweet from the Pride Boys Lacrosse, and that's a classy tweet. So I think that's great for sportsmanship. And boys tennis, here's a nice score: Freedom edged Broad Run 5-4. So there's a grudge match in the Cedar Run. And that will affect our ratings next week because Broad Run is in the top 5, and right now Freedom is not. We just talked about Freedom's had that tough schedule. So Dominion girls lacrosse failed to Potomac Falls tonight, 19-14. Broad Run girls lacrosse 20-10 over Patriot. Here's a big win in girls tennis. Dominion girls knock off Tuscarora 5-4. And we had some makeups from the rain on Friday. So we had some softball and baseball. Potomac Falls sweeps neighbor Dominion. It was 15-6 in softball, and it was 10-0 in baseball. So if you go to Viva Loudoun, you can see that one of the things that we like to do, that we keep up with, is some of the special events. Like tonight, Woodgrove Girls hosted Lacrosse for Love. You can still donate money to their effort if you didn't have a chance to get out there. And the game tonight basically would help against George Mason was a fundraiser to help raise money and awareness for the One Love Foundation, which was established in the memory of Yeardley Reynolds Love, the University of Virginia lacrosse player, who, if you remember that story, she died tragically in May of 2010 as a result of domestic violence. A portion of the ticket sales tonight and T-shirt sales were donated to the One Love Foundation. So look up the Woodgrove Girls Lacrosse program. Contact them if you would like to donate and help them out with this. Some of the other things that we have is our College Corner. If you have your child or a friend or a former teammate in college are doing well, you want to let us know, drop us a line. Today we have a story about Loudoun County track grads doing well. Thanks to Coach Campbell over at Loudoun County for tipping us off on this. Josh Showalter, that ran at County, who's a freshman this year at Christopher Newport, has qualified for Junior Nationals in steeplechase. So big shout out to Josh. And then Tommy Curtin won the ACC 5,000 meters running for Virginia Tech as a sophomore in the winter with the come from behind race. And over the weekend, 5,000 meters outdoor, led early in the race. Then he fell behind, I think, if I was reading the report right, on the Virginia Tech on the Hokies sports site, with like 200 yards left to go, 200 meters, he was still behind. Had a great kick, was able to not only finish first, win the 5,000 meters in the ACC, but he posted a 13:57, which is, I believe, his first sub 14 time. So congratulations to Tommy Curtin. We have coaching news that has been going on. Briar Woods, this is interesting to know. Briar Woods has hired a new coach, Marcia Hermes, or Herms. It's Hermes. I don't know if I pronounced that right. She was at Tuscarora, so she's been there for 3 years, started the program there, established the Huskies, and now moving over to Briar Woods. And earlier in the year, we had Carmel Kilty, who had been at Heritage, who left Heritage and has gone to Woodgrove. So we've had a couple coaches that have moved from one school to another. So we have coaching news on VivaLoudoun.com. We have college corner news. We have the schedules, and we have the results. We have the standings. So we do the standings for Liberty, Cedar Run, and Dulles District. We do it for baseball, softball, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls lacrosse, boys and girls tennis. And we try to keep it up to date. So if you go on our site, we'll try to track down all the scores from the nights and put them up. And then we follow the college signing news. And let's give a shout out to Woodgrove High School junior defensive end J.J. Jackson, who is verbally committed. He did this on Sunday, according to Coach Skinner of the Wolverines, to play at the University of Virginia starting in 2014-15. He's 6'4", 220-pound defensive end, as I mentioned. He had offers from Duke, Hampton, ODU, Ohio University, and Yale, Duke, UVA. Obviously, J.J. Jackson can not only sack the quarterback, but he knows how to sack the books as well. So congratulations, a good student, good athlete. We now have 11 athletes from the class of 2014 that are committed. So we have a big 2013 chart that has over 100 athletes, but we have 2014 athletes that are committed. This would include Elise Branton from Dominion, who will play soccer at William & Mary. Sydney Busa from Heritage, who will play volleyball at Elon. Gracie DeGoyer from Stonebridge, who will play soccer at University of Miami. Abby Downey from Tuscarora, who will play soccer at George Mason. Taylor Gaunt from Freedom, who will play soccer at St. Joseph's. A lot of soccer players commit early, don't they? J.J. Jackson that we just mentioned, playing football at UVA. I think it's our first football player on this list. Dan Corbush from Middleburg Academy, who will play lacrosse at Jacksonville University. Camille Larrabee, Broad Run, will play softball at Bucknell. Natalie Persault from Heritage will play soccer at UMass Amherst. Maggie Phillips from Loudoun County will play volleyball at the U.S. Naval Academy. And Kyle Wright from Freedom, who will play baseball at William & Mary. So congratulations to all those. Go to Viva Loudoun, check out our college choice charts. We have D1 big-time athletes. Very good athletes are going to play D2. Athletes are going to play D3, NAIA, junior college. We celebrate all the athletes that are going to move on and go to the next level. I should mention we also have youth sports news when it is sent in. And one of the things that we had up this week is that Apex Gymnastics has crowned some state champions. Apex Level 7 gymnast Ashley Wilkins was crowned the Level 7 state champion on the balance beam. This was held in Hampton earlier in April. And so congratulations to her. And there's other results there from Apex. Apex is one of our sponsors, and so we'd like to thank them. Okay, here's what to look forward to. Later this week, we're going to put up on the website all of our all-fall teams that we picked. Cheer Sports is a sponsor, and so we picked a first offense for football, first offense for defense for football. We picked the 10 best volleyball players in the county, the 10 best cross-country runners, the 10 best golfers. We put together a team that if we're going to pick like a dream team from Loudoun, these are going to be the athletes. And so we're going to release that out onto the website. We're going to invite all those athletes to a big photo shoot at Cheer Sports. It's either going to be on May 5th or we'll skip Mother's Day. I won't hold a photo shoot on Mother's Day. It'll be May 5th or May 19th at Cheer Sports on a Sunday. And then next week, so that'll be this week. Look for that in the next couple of days. We'll release all of these teams. And then next week, we're going to release basketball and wrestling, gymnastics and swimming, ice hockey, all of our winter sports. So we'll have an all Loudoun team for every sport for fall, winter, and then in June we'll name a spring. And as far as we know, I think this is probably the only source where you can get one true team for all Loudoun athletes where you combine all 13 of those high schools. Quite an honor for those kids that we select. I'm sure it'll be a little bit controversial. You'll have your ideas about whether we picked them right or not, but we try to do the best that we can do. Let's take one more look at how the voting's been going on since our show started. Boys lacrosse is now up by 9 votes, 119 to 110 over boys soccer. Baseball at 30 votes. You have all week to vote. You've got until Friday at 1 o'clock to go ahead and cast your votes. We've got a big week of sports this week. We'll put up more photo galleries, more results. We'll keep those standings going. And, anytime you have any news or anything you want to share with us, just let us know. And so that's it. That's our show here, Viva Loudoun Live. Hopefully we got our audio problems working. Let us know whether you could, how well the sound was, and tune in every Monday. We'll try to go at 9 o'clock, but throughout the week you can click on the link here on DMVSTREAM.COM and always find out the show. We'd like to thank the folks at DMV Stream. Check them out. They do a game of the week, and they're a great source for all sports in the DC area, Maryland, DC, Virginia. So that's DMVSTREAM.com. So you've been watching Viva Loudoun Live. Thanks for joining us.